Okay, opening scene, Sasquatch is getting busy, okay?
What?
Han meditations.
Think about what we can learn from these extra, intelligent beings, Sasquatch, whatever,
Tell me about the Sasquatch obsession.
I'll tell you. No, let me tell you. This is interesting. These are beings. So
tell me whatever you wanted to talk about with Sasquatch.
Think about this. What can we learn from beings if there are beings?
And we can
out
watch
there?
the video too if you want.
Yeah, think about it. There's the trailer.
What's the trailer called?
All right, talking about the
do you want to watch
actual
it?
movie or the documentary? Because the documentary is.
I don't know. You tell me if you want to watch something.
All right, so yeah. So there's what's interesting is I watched the movie, the documentary yesterday, stumbled upon it, ended up saying, man, what's this thing about? I thought it was just gonna be people hunting Sasquatch, but it was really, really legit. The Flash, it's called A Flash of Beauty, Bigfoot Revealed. Came out in 2022. And
pretty recent.
Yeah, very recent. I was so taken back by what it was saying. You had Sonia Zohar, who was a Sasquatch researcher and very intelligent woman who was in this, but it got into police reports, policing. It got to the people who were very credible, who were seeing it, not just somebody who was just recording it in their house or basement. It got to how law enforcement is taking this to.
So do you want to watch the trailer of this?
Is that it? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's watch the trailer.
All right, we'll watch the trailer, right? let's see. I'll give. Is this the crazy? This is something different.
No. This is the documentary. There's a movie out, Sasquatch Sunset, about Sasquatch.
All right, we're watching this for the first time. You've seen it, I'm guessing.
Get to the other movie.
This is Kelly and I's first time watching this.
There's things that I won't tell you, that I can't tell you. All I can tell you right now is, and I'll look you right in the eye, I'll tell you, whatever goes on in these woods, don't take it for what you can see. Because there's a lot more to what you can't see. Bigfoot, shape-shifted, folks.
It's not just that Sasquatch exists, it's that Sasquatch can do this and this and this.
We had the hair tested by a vet. It came back as an unknown hair type. Then I turned to Daryl and I said, listen, it could get really weird now.
It was able to do things that you couldn't even imagine.
What are the chances of us seeing something like that? 1 billion to 1? 2 billion to 1? Why us?
I think if you can base some of this in science, it allows us to have a grasp of what's going on. Coherent matter can work in ways that ordinary matter can't because it's based on quantum principles. So it can easily go into cloaked mode.
And the words repeated, why are you carrying a gun? And the second time it went through my head, I knew they're talking to me.
It's not about the one encounter. It's about the thousands of encounters, exact same type of characteristics that tell the story. You cannot deny it. And that's why you have to acknowledge the paranormal aspect.
What did I just see here? Oh my goodness.
Show it.
Really,
let me see.
Right.
But I'm telling you, that.
Did you see the documentary?
I seen the whole thing last night.
And what did you think, man?
I kind of stumbled upon it, but I'm like, they're really, really trying to figure out what's out there in the woods. And it's like, this channel is about enlightenment, religion, becoming our best selves, and understanding God. But we can't deny what's around us. And what's making me realize is
wait, why did he say? He said the Sasquatch said to him, "Why are you carrying a gun?"
Well, yeah, because they don't want to be shot. So when
man, because there's big bears in here, man. Them bears don't care about
Well, basically,
this ain't for a Sasquatch, buddy. This
Sasquatch ain't the only one on the block.
Gun, most of the time they're gonna try to point
48 special for a bear, man.
I'm telling you, this whole thing is interesting because now I feel like they're really trying to figure out what's going on, and they got into like law enforcement trying to make laws, and there's like scientists who are really, really trying to grill what being is out there because they're saying maybe we had to protect it, maybe we had to make an endangered species laws so that they're protected and have a habitat. So what I'm kind of like curious is why are they making this movie Sasquatch Sunset around this time and almost making a mockery? They're making this mockery of Sasquatch. What's that trailer?
Sunset?
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's
I haven't seen that.
Sunset trailer I sent you. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, it's about Sasquatch, but it's like a mockery. It's like almost like a spoof of basically Sasquatch people in Sasquatch suits, and they're out there smoking weed and having
Have you
sex.
seen that movie? They're smoking weed. Hold on, let me watch this. Let's go ahead and watch Sasquatch Sunset.
No, it just came out. Look,
let's watch the trailer for
Let's see,
Sasquatch Sunset.
Look at the opening scene. They're like, just watch. Okay, opening scene. Sasquatch is getting busy. Okay.
What? This is gonna get us demonetized.
Okay, what's next? Some Sasquatch action. What else?
Some Planet of the Apes stuff.
Chopping a tree down?
No, that's how they communicate. They're known to hit trees.
Oh.
And make sounds off of that. I guess there's no speaking in this movie, just grunting. So
no speaking in the whole movie.
Really?
They don't. I mean, they're not gonna.
There's no dialogue.
I mean, they're Sasquatch. They're not gonna speak English, you know.
I don't
know. My whole thing is, I have a theory.
You would have to be high to see this movie.
But my thing is, why does
Hollywood
usually make a movie sometimes to counter? I feel like where consciousness is going, if there is a being out there, we could incorporate into the human history and anthropology. I think Hollywood ends up making these alien movies, Sasquatch, where they're more so either going to make a spoof of it or make it seem more fantasy. I just think this is coming out at an interesting time. I saw this documentary and they're really trying to understand what's going on. And I thought it was going to be about people just trying to hunt the Sasquatch in the forest, but they're trying to incorporate it in the anthropological into
the
our
records and all that
record, right? They're trying to say there's hair, there's footprints.
The hair thing was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what was the evidence on the hair? Like, was it really real?
They're determining that it's not human. They're saying where it's not fur, but it's real. It's hair, because Sasquatch don't.
I mean, what do you even think these beings are, though?
Getting back to this, I'm telling you, I'm really not like a Sasquatch hobbyist, but I'm interested in it because they're the history that we need to know. If we're really, really going to advance, we got to know what's in our surroundings. There's people who are seeing this day and night. People aren't even coming forward. I know people who said they saw one. I mean, are we all crazy? Are they all crazy?
Have you seen one?
No. I had been next to somebody who's seen one right after they saw one, but I'm telling you, so it's just interesting where when we're evolving, we got to include there's other beings we're gonna be discovering. There's species under the water we still haven't discovered in these big oceans.
Oh yeah, the ocean. True. There's 100% beings in the ocean. 100,000%.
They probably just discovered something yesterday down there.
But for sure, they're not gonna say it.
I'm telling you, where it is now, it's like Sasquatch is really now. Law enforcement is taking it easier. So what was it? So Oklahoma came up with a $3 million bounty. They had a law where it was $3 million bounty to participate in just being able to get Sasquatch. That was
to hunt one.
Yeah, to find it. And it was a real bounty. But in Oklahoma, their law said, look, you got to find out what's out there. And
recent or a long time ago?
I mean, this is what it created in 2021, and maybe it's still ongoing. But there's places in Washington where they're saying there's don't shoot it, or hey, this is an endangered species. That's why you shouldn't shoot it. Just like they're trying to create.
Are they endangered though?
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it so where it's incorporated in the Endangered Species Act, where it's like you see.
Yeah, but how are they endangered?
Well, that's
no one's ever hunted.
And how do we know?
Well, there's no category. Well, that's the problem, because that's why they can't say, oh, they're real, because how do you count them? They can only say that they're endangered because they know there's something there. They don't want people to grab and take home. So that's the.
I mean, what do you think these are? Do you believe they're interdimensional beings? You believe they're just living out there like this movie right here?
Documentary, I thought I knew. I know about them, but when I looked and seeing the whole documentary, it's like the Lakota, each like indigenous,
what was the most damning thing about the documentary that you saw that you were like, this is it? There was a Lakota. There was a woman who grew up like just all around like people who knew Sasquatch and up North America, United States, right? Like Washington State, South, North Dakota, South Dakota. So there, it's real. So she said the first time she encountered somebody who didn't acknowledge Sasquatch was when she went to college, and she was 18. She's like, wait, you don't understand that these beings run around in our forests where I'm from. And like the people where she went to college with were like, no. And it was just like there's a real reality where like we don't understand like out east or maybe in southern parts of the U.S., but where Sasquatch roams in California, Oregon, Washington State, Dakotas, like that's a real reality. The law, like when there's police officers saying they're seeing stuff, these are trained observers who don't want to spook people who are saying that. They gotta be taken accounted for. You seen the movie Twilight?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen them all. Yeah, I've seen them all.
Like they're in Washington in forks or whatever, and there's werewolves and vampires. Yeah, you think it's like that?
I think there's definitely there's some weird.
Like you think there's some in Ohio?
Like shapeshifters? What, Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Sasquatch.
They've been reported in like every state.
You know what's funny? Right where we live, there's a park right by where we live. There's big Sasquatches over there, man.
Is that what they say?
There's huge.
How do you know?
Because they're there. Like there's actual like Sasquatch. How
do you know?
What are they called, Kelly?
Like silhouettes.
Yeah, like silhouettes. Like people made them like huge
in the park.
Silhouettes in the park.
Really?
No one really knows who made them, why they're there.
Why'd you never tell me this?
But they're in there. I'll take you to them today or tomorrow.
Yeah, we can go.
Yeah. I mean, they're there, and it's like Kelly was scared the first time she saw it. It's just this big Sasquatch creature
like
she saw. Yeah, life size, huge, 8-9 feet tall.
What's interesting is I'm telling you, it's no longer going to become fantasy. There's too many people having this. They can no longer deny that our neighbors are just having these experiences. So with the documentary, where it surprised me is that I'm thinking people are just going to say, oh, there's just a beast in there, we got to kill it. But they're trying to really incorporate this as another hominid. They're not saying it's an ape or a primate anymore. Like scientists, researchers are really saying that there's a whole other hominid there and a human that people are seeing in the forest. Like they're
Dude, here's the thing about the Sasquatch.
It's so interesting.
I believe that there's creatures out there we don't know about. They could possibly be interdimensional or whatever, but I mean, I need to see something. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say
you could at least I've seen UFOs. I have videos of UFOs. There's many pictures of them. These aliens, but why?
They explain that they're not going to want to be seen unless they allow themselves.
But why toy with us like this?
When they see what we've done, like I said, they see what we've done to ourselves, and we enslaved people of different colors, and Asian, Black, and Africans and Indian, how they were all enslaved. Where it's like they're like, we're gonna be enslaved too. Like if we introduce ourselves and try to be friends.
Yeah, but we can't even. We don't even know where they are now. How can we even enslave them? We don't
in the Pacific Forest.
We don't even know they exist.
What they did is they said, how easy is it to find something? There was a guy who said there was a plane that went down in the Pacific Forest around the coast. It took us like just 3 months alone, even longer, to just find that airplane that crashed. And that's a plane with a radar that had, you could almost find it up to the point where it dropped from the sky. They couldn't even find it in the dense Pacific forest because those trees are just, they're packed and just, it's like hard. It's like really like you're walking through some dense
So they should have nothing to fear.
And then they said, well, if they decompose and die, then those forests can decompose things within 4 days, and then boom, you're down to bones. What would you know that you wouldn't even know if you stepped over
a whole Sasquatch could be just decomposed in 4 days.
Yeah, they said those forests there's so much moisture and foliage. They showed like a deer that was in like one of those forests in Oregon, and then within 4 days, animals got it, bugs got it, deer was just gone.
But I think it just gets crazy because you even showed us a guy talking when he's having sex with one. I mean, it's like, at what point is it just like, at what point is it just freaks?
We have to accept Sasquatch sexuality. Look at this. So can we talk about the reaction to that trailer? Because in the opening scene in the Sasquatch, this trailer, they just came out with the Sasquatch having sex and like, well, okay, like they're beings too. Like they could possibly even reproduce with us. Like we gotta, take that into account. Like these are sexual beings, and like apes like to have sex. The bonobo chimps have the most frequent sex out of like all the chimps. So who says Sasquatch won't be the same? And we're like them. We're like them. If we're anything like them, we're gonna have a lot of libido.
I think all I know is like I don't know any other thing or concept or creature out there that has so many documentaries and shows and concepts about it, and it never even shows it.
But here's what's interesting is like
it's actually fascinating.
There's really something there, and like from even in documentary they talk about how the government knows because the military basically knows. But the guy was like, if we're like the average person, and like my neighbor seen it, imagine what the military is knowing and not even saying. And there's one guy who came out with the blacked out face, and he said, yeah, there's accounts where we've seen it. We've shot it. We tried to capture it. There's different things going on where, like, the military, I'm telling you, they probably most likely have a body at that point. Where,
come on, man.
But why would they tell? What good would it do to tell people that they exist? What do you think?
I think it's time for a Sasquatch whistleblower to come out. Like remember the alien whistleblower guy?
Yeah, I mean, like I think sometimes maybe it'll take somebody. Since I didn't physically see one, it may take somebody.
Yeah, but don't you think that could be disinformation to you?
But that means, but
we have to think about why.
Why are there thousands of people?
Why would they want to have disinformation?
Well, they say, have you guys heard the Project Bluebeam?
Yeah,
there's that theory with the aliens, but
why would that means the Native Americans would be lying? Why would generations of Native Americans lie about seeing them too?
I don't think they're lying, but they could be at their mythos or whatever.
I don't know.
They could they could see them. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just saying
because it's the Native Americans who are exactly in the area where all the sightings happen, like the ones who were in Washington State.
Maybe they're ETs and they just left. They came down like how every other story, religion, all that, and then they left.
They're
not here anymore.
They did say at one point they tried to work with the humans. They were actually friends, but as we developed industrially, they were just like, no, we can't hang with you guys. You guys are dirty and polluting. Like you're cutting their trees, and at a certain point, they just stayed in the forest. You gotta think about it. Why would they want to really click with us? We're just logging and then polluting. So they're doing their own thing. So you don't think you can hide in those woods, though? Think about
I do. I think you could hide in the woods, but I mean, come on, what's going on though?
If
you know what I mean?
Kelly were up there for like a month's trip.
No, trust me, I've seen the woods because if you've never seen woods like that, especially in like Colorado and these places, you're gonna be like, there's not anything out there. But you go see these woods, you're like, dude.
Remember the video that came out of people got footage of one on the same Colorado train ride?
Yeah, we were on the same train ride. Someone got footage of one.
I have to say, that's the best footage I've ever seen.
How come we now just disclosing this, man?
That was the most astonishing one I've seen, I have to admit.
Yeah. This is so intriguing, and you never told me.
That footage?
Yeah.
You seen it. I reacted to it.
No, you got to refresh me, man. I sent you, so I sent you
I'm sure I sent it to you. It was going around.
So I sent you one more video. I tell me if this is real, because this is the most legit that I think I've seen as far as this Sasquatch stuff. There's a guy, he shot it, showed a video of it blinking, full frontal, full face.
No.
I sent it to your text, and maybe you could pull it up. I had it texted.
I didn't get a text with me.
From Todd Standing. So Todd
sent it in a text message?
Yeah, so look up Todd Standing.
Like real earlier?
Bigfoot
oh, okay,
footage.
I see it.
Yeah, I'm telling you that right there. I'm telling you, like, there's people are saying like, now you can't deny. Look at that. Like, you can't even deny. Like, you
let me go ahead and see.
You see the muscle. You see the muscles. That's underneath like all that.
Yeah,
hair.
let me see it. We'll watch it. Like, ready? I'm gonna play it right now.
If it was all that I got, it would have never been proven as Bigfoot. Here's one of the photographs. This looks like an artist's drawing, but it's not. It's actually a photograph. I just had to crank up the contrast and brightness and saturation so you could have a good look and see his eyes and his nose. And if it was all that I got, it would have never been proven as Bigfoot. Here's one of the photographs. This looks like an artist's drawing, but it's not. It's actually a photograph. I just had to crank up the...
That's one of the closest ones. Like, that's a clean shot.
I don't know, man.
It's becoming too real. Like, but there's means people
kind of looks like a mask, though, dude.
No, I mean that's how they look.
I mean, come on, man.
And the sad truth is, if they were introduced into our society, they would probably.
But don't you think that looks like a mask, kind of?
They'd be looked down upon. I think. I mean, they would just. That's what people see. That's how they look.
It's
I guess.
Possible.
I guess but I don't know. It's just like, and then if they try to come to our society, they're going to call them gorilla man. Like, I can't imagine if they try to really integrate. Like, it just wouldn't be,
People would probably be scared.
It's better for them to be in the woods. That's where they're at peace, But that's the cleanest shot I've seen. Like, he said he saw it blinking. That's the still shot, but in the video you see it blink and everything. Look at that. That's how they look.
It's a pretty good shot, but
that's how they look.
It's like, why is it always gotta be this blurry and this like so overly saturated?
I mean, look at how when you catch UFOs, they're in the sky, they're far. You can't get a clean shot sometimes.
Yeah. I get it, but that's right far away. If you're in the woods, I mean, come on, man.
And you shot at yourself.
And you're looking for it too.
Maybe he had an iPhone 5. I don't know. Maybe he had But that right there, come on, that's a clean, like, you could see, also when these things move, they're saying, like, with the Patterson footage, you could see the muscle underneath the fur, like, you could see how it's not a suit.
You definitely can't see how it's not a suit, but it looks like, it looks different. 100%. 100% that could be a suit. I'm not saying it is 100%, but I want to believe that's real.
Yeah.
I could see something in the eye, but the eyes look a little too human.
But that's what I'm saying. They're related to us.
But
it looks just a little too human, though.
They're a humanoid. They're a hominid. They're
like
not
that to me. That looks like a guy. He's out in the woods. It's a hot day. He doesn't want to wear the suit anymore. You know what I mean?
He's a big guy.
He doesn't want to wear the suit anymore, dude.
He looks like, please take the picture.
Yeah,
so
you force him to wear it.
You have no neck, be like maybe 400 pounds, no neck.
Dude, if I could see a video of the Sasquatch, like his body, I could see his arms looking huge. He's looking big, dude. I'd be like, okay. It's always just like a face or like some,
But here's the thing,
walking where you can't see the scale of it.
The people are saying basically the Sasquatch isn't gonna let you take a full shot unless he wants to be seen.
But he's gonna let you take a full frontal face.
He's letting them do that, yeah.
Why is he letting them do that, but not the full body?
Because people are here's the thing. Their Sasquatch is gonna be like, why should I show you that? You're just gonna deny it anyway. So he'll show people just
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
I'm telling
you.
Look at the face and the structure, like the eyes, like look at the nose, like and the lips. There's no lips.
Looks like a straight human nose.
And if there was a mask, why would the lip? Like how would the lips be able to seal themselves?
White man.
No.
Wow.
And if anything, he'd be black. Look at the nose. I mean, it's a wider nose, right? So how do you say that? How do you determine that?
Mixed race.
And I'm telling you, like this man, but he has a story behind it. It's not just a photo. It's what he experienced up until that, and then after, how the healings, how he's gotten healed, like what he's seen in his backyard. Like
he got healed by a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He can heal, and
come on, man.
I mean, my whole thing is, what can we learn? We can learn so much from them. Like, what can we learn? We can learn about society. We can learn about our bodies, health, how to live.
You think they taste good?
What if you eat them? Oh my gosh! I think they may think that we taste good, but I don't know.
Do you think the Sasquatch tastes good, dude?
They may think the same thing. Us, like, I wouldn't want to eat one.
It's probably some Planet of the Apes war.
It's like people don't want to eat bear. You don't want to eat primate. You don't eat apes. Like that's not gonna be good tasting.
No, obviously I'm joking. That'd be like eating human meat.
Yeah, like, they're not gonna. The thing is, they're not gonna let themselves be seen unless they allow it. Like,
oh my god,
that's the truth. Like from every experiencer, that's what that's the consistency. That's
okay. All right. Well, look, I believe it's possible. We're open to keep our mind open to things. So that's why we always have 5D Fine Arts on our podcast to get another episode and to really just kind of explore what is out there, what is real. He always has a unique perspective on life, a unique perspective on whether it's aliens, extraterrestrials, God, religion, Sasquatch, what's real, what's in the water, what's not in there, what's in the skies.
Always encourage their research of yourself too.
Of course, and it's fun to look at this kind of stuff. So that's why we like doing this kind of stuff on the channel, guys. So thank you so much for watching. We got to thank everybody for donating. So many people have been donating. Thank you so much. We do this for you. We do a lot of work and we do it for you guys. So we've been doing 2 videos every day just so you guys can see it. So we want to let you guys know that we are thankful, we are grateful, and thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next video.